Hi. Well, it's a new week. I've lost track of how many days we've been doing this now, and you probably have too. And frankly, it doesn't really matter, does it? We just got to keep on keeping on. So let's do some yoga. Come into your mountain pose. We're just going to warm up a little bit. So remember, mountain, Tadasana, shoulders over hips, over knees, over heels. And then you're pressing into the 4 points of your feet. The base of your big toe, the base of your little toe, inner heel and outer heel. Again, most of these things are easier to do if you're not on carpeting, but as I've said, I'm sharing a house with my whole family, and sometimes beggars can't be choosers. You make do with the space that you've got. So we're on carpeting. All right, we're going to start with just breathing in, bringing your arms around and overhead. Now try not to let your shoulders reach up to your ears or your jaw. They don't have to go up that high. You're reaching up. And then with your exhale, you're going to come into your forward fold. Drop your head, tuck your chin. When you come to an inhale, we'll do that half lift. So breathing in, hands come to shins or thighs. You are lengthening your spine. And you're lengthening your legs. Draw your belly button in. Exhale, soften down. Breathing in. We're going to come up, arms overhead. And exhale. Again, into that forward fold. Head drops down, your chin tucks in toward the notch of your collarbone. Inhale your half lift, shins or thighs, you choose. Exhale, soften toward your legs. Breathing in, we come up, arms around and overhead. Drop those shoulder blades. Maybe look up towards your fingertips, but don't ever crank back on your neck, right? We're not going to throw our head back. Ooh, that hurts. Don't do that. Exhale. Forward fold once again. Inhale your half lift. Exhale down toward your legs. Hug yourself a little bit closer. Breathing in. Exhale the heart center, Anjali Mudra. All right, we're going to do eagle pose, warming up the shoulders a little bit. All right, so breathing in, arms come out, palms are up. We're going to bring your right arm in and your left arm on top, wrapping those arms around. Now, I've taught this pose in these videos already, so if you need a refresher on where your arms go and what to do, find that one. In this case, we're wrapping our arms, shoulder blades drop down. Now, you are going to exhale and come like you're sitting in that chair. And then you can decide if you want to go further with this pose or not. The chair would be just fine. If you want to wrap legs as well, left leg is going to wrap over that right one. Thigh to thigh if you can. Your toes can touch the floor if they need to. All right, as you inhale, you're going to uncross those legs if you've crossed them. And then breathing in again, you're going to come up. Give those shoulders a few shrugs. Ooh, maybe your head a few turns. And then breathing in, the arms come up, palms up. Left arm comes in this time, right arm comes in on top. Wrapping those arms around. Now maybe your palms touch and maybe they don't. Do your best with wherever you are. Hands drop down. Exhale again like you're sitting in that chair. And then see about crossing that right leg nice and tight over the left. Drop, 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 drop. Breathing in, uncross those legs. Inhale again, we come up, unwind your arms. If you need to do those swim strokes or shoulder strokes, do whatever feels best to you. All right, now we're going to do side stretch. So your feet are quite wide, and the feet are a little bit more like those warrior one feet. So heel and arch may not be in line. Mine are a little bit wider apart than being a straight line. And the angle of the feet, obviously they're not completely facing the same direction. They can't. Now if you're going to keep your balance. But it's not 90 degrees like it would be for Warrior 2. You have options with your hands for side stretch. So if you're beginning, you're going to bring your hands to the small of your back, fingertips point down, elbows squeeze back toward each other. A little more intermediate, maybe your hands can come to your elbows. If you've been practicing for a while, prayer pose behind your back. Fingers will point up for prayer pose, okay? So finding what's comfortable for you. Side stretch is a two-part pose. So as you inhale, you reach your heart up. You almost lean back toward those hands against your spine. Hip bones are coming forward. As you exhale, then you come out over that front leg. So breathing out, and take your time. This could be that you breathe out and you only get so far, so you wait to the next breath. And as you exhale, you drop down. Nose is coming toward that knee. It does not have to touch. You want both heels nice and strong, base of your big toe for both feet nice and strong. When you're ready, using an inhale, we come up, release your hands. If you got to give those wrists a few turns, you can, maybe your shoulders. Now we're coming out to that right hand side. Your hips and your heart are facing the same way. Shoulders are still right over those hips. Feet are nice and solid. You can do your arms the same way, but you don't have to. If you got tired of those arms that way, switch, try them a different way. It all works out. Okay. Inhale. Reach that heart up like you're leaning back almost into those arms. Collarbones lift. Now I'm not kicking my head back. You'll notice my chin's still somewhat tucked in. I'm trying to keep that length to my cervical spine. With your exhale, then you come out. Leading that throat, that nose, towards your front leg. Now you might find you get a little further on each successive exhale. That's fine. Getting a little lower and a little lower. When you're ready to breathe in, we come up, again releasing your arms. Give those shoulders a few rotations. If you need to, jump or step your feet together. Okay, and then we're going to do another two-part pose. We're going to do triangle pose into half moon. If you're new to yoga, if you've never done half moon, it's a good idea to do it against a wall. I just don't have a good wall in my house right now to do this with. So typically, this is not a good space because mantles, you'd want to be right up against a wall, your heels as close as you can, your hips as close as you can, and then you'd be able to use a wall. Again, this is not a good use, so I'm not going to be doing it here. But if you've got any open wall space that's at least as wide as you are, you can try it there. You can also do these poses right on your mat. So we're coming forward, left side first here. This time, heel lines up with that arch, and they're about 90 degrees. Hips and your heart are facing forward. We've done triangle probably a few times before. It's a great pose. So when you're ready, as you inhale, those arms come up. Again, we don't want those arms up here. Those shoulders should not be up at your ears. You want them back and down. As you exhale, you're coming out over that front hip, and your hand lands wherever. Your hand can land above your knee. It can land below. You can turn it toward the inner thigh or inner ankle if you need to. So here's your triangle pose. Take a few breaths. Now to move into half moon, again, if you've got props around, you're always welcome to use a prop. The wall is a great prop. I don't have a traditional prop, but I can use a shaker box full of chess pieces and do that if I need to. So that's probably too close for me. You need at least a hand length in front of your toes. So as you're in your triangle, you're going to take this top hand and put it to your hip. You're going to bend that front leg so that you can reach your prop or the mat. On carpet, again, it's a little bit harder. Hips and heart are squaring off, still to the front. Now, for balance, you can look down. You can begin to turn your gaze. Do not ever race your gaze. Don't immediately think you have to look up. When you're ready with an exhale, plant that foot back down. Maybe you come back into your triangle. And inhale, we come up. And we'll do our second side, coming out to that right side. If you used a prop, go ahead and bring it around. I have too much stuff over here. Yeah, make do. Breathe in. Exhale. Triangle pose. Again, your hand, you can change your position. You can let this top hand come down. Play around with how triangle works for you. And then you're going to turn your gaze to the front foot. Top hand might come to your hip, just so you don't have to worry about it. Bending that knee. And again, if you've got furniture nearby, you can just use that. I'm a little close.
Kind of worried about hitting my head on that wood. Ooh. Half moon. As you exhale, plant it back down. Come back into your triangle without the hair in your face. And then inhale, we lift up. Arms come down. Jump or step your feet together. We'll take one more forward fold to help stretch out our legs. Exhale down. Inhale. Coming up. Exhale back to heart center. I hope this helps you feel a little more centered and relaxed. And we'll keep on keeping on. Namaste.